What's up? This is Jake with Hike 734, hiking the Bechler Falls, Bechler Ranger Station loop there. And this trail is in the Bechler area, which is in the southwest part of Yellowstone National Park. And I started over at the Cave Falls trailhead, worked my way up the Falls River, the Bechler River to Bechler Falls, and then took the Bechler Ranger Station cutoff trail. And then from there, looped up with the South Boundary Trail, and then worked my way all the way back up to Cave Falls. So anyways, it starts out at Cave Falls, which is just fantastic. This is a little picnic area. I'm at the trailhead, and the waterfall is fantastic. And I can't say enough good things about the Falls River. It is super beautiful. And as you start to work your way up, after finding the trailhead in the parking lot, you just work your way up the Falls River, and it is just so beautiful, and it's wide and cascadey. There's just a bunch of really great views that you get throughout this thing. And the trail kind of turns up, and it's just following the river wonderfully. And then eventually you'll come to where, as you head upstream, where the confluence of the Bechler River and the Falls River are. And from there, you just start working your way up the Bechler River. And since it's in the same area, I mean, it has the same personality, just a little bit less size, obviously less volume. And yeah, so you're just following that, you know, kind of in and out trees. The forest seems to get a little bit cooler in this area. And then you kind of bounce back and forth, and then pretty soon you climb up a little bit, and then you're looking down at Bechler River. And then pretty soon you just kind of leave the river altogether. I mean, you can still hear it, but you're walking through kind of a cool forest. And then you descend back along the river once you see Bechler Falls. And you can get right down to Bechler Falls, and I stopped there and had some lunch and watched a American Dipper just kind of hang out, so that was cool. And yeah, it was just really, really pretty. And then from there, you actually end up breaking away again from Bechler River, and you go around this really wide corner of the river, a big right bend of the river. And I think that here, the river probably used to flow, but now it's just a really big, cool meadow. And then you eventually walk through some really cool trees, and you end up back at the Bechler River, but now its personality is totally different. It is just this really calm, just really cool river, and it's just super beautiful. It was super peaceful. And yeah, and then you work your way up into the Bechler Ranger Station cutoff trail, and here the trail just basically cuts straight through the woods to go over to the ranger station. And it is definitely, it's a nice forest. It's nothing notable, but it's just a nice forest. And you just kind of work your way along the forest until you'll come kind of along. You can see a meadow in the distance, and then you realize there's a little pond in the middle of it. And you never really get super close to that. You know, you can kind of see it filtered through the trees and stuff. And then back into the forest and working your way along. And then there's Wyoming Creek, and this particular crossing has a little foot bridge, which is just a square log to go across. And then you're just back in the woods for a little bit longer until you get to the old Bechler Ranger Station, which was built by some soldiers back before there was the National Park Service. So kind of a cool historical building with some barns and a corral and whatnot. And speaking of the corral, just over to the right of the corral as you're facing it is where the South Boundary Trail starts. So I hopped over into there and started working my way along there. And it's the same kind of deal as the Bechler Ranger Station cutoff trail, just lots of trees. And you know, every once in a while it pops out into some little meadows and whatnot. And then eventually you come to this first you come to the Wyoming Creek again, but this time it's a ford. But if you look around, most likely you're going to find a log, something like this, and you can just kind of walk across it. And then from there, you hop up into this really, really long meadow, which is really kind of cool. Anyways, walk through this meadow, and then you hop into the trees and kind of follow the meadow for a little bit. You're just following the boundary line. If you're looking, all of a sudden you'll see a bunch of these flags and signs and whatnot, and it's pretty much a straight shot. Just, you know, overall the whole trail is pretty flat. I mean, you do go up and down a little bit, but, you know, elevation gain and loss is really minimal. And yeah, finally you get to a point where you can see the Cave Falls Road. And so you basically are just gonna go ahead and parallel that. And so it's basically the trail, it's the Cave Falls Road, and then it's Falls River. And so from there, you know, every once in a while you can see it, you definitely can hear it. And you know, you just kind of work your way along there, and then the South Boundary Trail officially crosses the road and then crosses the river, but we don't do that. We stay on the left, and this trail just kind of keeps working its way along the road all the way over to the Cave Falls Trailhead, which is where I'm headed right now. And I think if I was gonna do this or make a recommendation, I probably would start at the Cave Falls Trailhead, and then I would work my way all the way up to the Bechler Falls, and then from Bechler Falls, I would go a little bit further and maybe just, you know, walk until you wanted to turn around, because the Bechler River is super pretty, and then just turn around and come back to your car. I don't know if the loop is compelling enough to go ahead and do that, but it's a pleasant hike. If you like, you know, solitary walks in nice forests, then definitely do the loop. Otherwise, I would do it as an out and back. So anyways, this is Jake with Hike 734, hiking the Cave Falls to Bechler Falls to Bechler Ranger Station along the South Boundary Trail loop. If you like this video, subscribe on YouTube and head over to hike734.com for more goodness.